This episode is magical and you better watch it all the way to the end because we're going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card, a Disrupt Media swag box, I draw, we talk about funnels, and how to target users that have buying intent in the sales funnel. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Disrupt You, episode 51. I'm Ryan Thogmartin, and this is the internet's only funeral marketing web show. Really cool episode today. We are going to talk about funnels, and I'm going to draw. But we're also having a contest. We want to give away a $25 Amazon gift card and a super sick box of Disrupt Media swag. It's an exclusive box of swag that is only available to clients. So you are going to get this. It's going to be awesome. You will love it. More details at the end on how you can enter to win. But you got to pay attention through this episode because there are going to be some things that flash on the screen and you're going to have to know what they are. And it's part of the contest. So a little scavenger hunt. All right, so I want to talk about leads. What is a lead? And at what point in the funnel do we look at a lead as something that's going to be attributed to ROI and an actual sale or transaction with the consumer? And this really comes about because there's misconception in this profession of what a lead, a true actual lead that shows buying intent is. And this was prompted by a conversation I had with a funeral director who said, we are driving leads through Facebook every single day. And I said, well, are those leads converting in a sale and a pre-need agreement? No. Why not? Well, we're not advertising pre-need. What are you doing? We're giving away a free grief guide. Is that an actual lead? So you're giving away a PDF in return for an email address. So it's data capture, but there's no process in place to turn that piece of data into an actual ROI lead. So it's great to give away to get a lot of data. So I want to show you an illustration because I'm an amazing drawer, artist. Some like to say I'm the Picasso of my generation, but well, you be the judge. So this is my funnel. Your typical sales funnel. So those of you that own a business or in a marketing position, hopefully you've talked about a sales funnel and where a piece of data enters and where it actually becomes a lead. So if someone is downloading a free grief guide and they're giving you their email address and they're entering the funnel then because you've got a piece of data and you've got a way to get in contact with them. That's really what we've talked about before, is a soft lead. So this isn't a real hot lead. It's lukewarm at best, but it's still pretty room temperature. Like there's no intent to buy in this part of the funnel. The top third of the funnel is just, this is where you have the most people, but there's no intent to buy. And the way a marketing funnel works is now there's a process in place to take this soft lead and you work them down here to the bottom third of the funnel, because down here at the bottom third of the funnel is where the transaction or the purchase takes place. So when we're talking about lead driving in the funeral space, a lot of people are considering this a lead. Data in exchange for something. Not something that relates to a buying decision, but just something. That's great. Let's use the example of NFDAs coming up. So you go to an NFDA convention and it's essentially you going booth to booth and putting your name down and signing up for every giveaway at a booth. Now, would it be appropriate for that business to consider that a lead? That you're just registering to win that TV or that Amazon gift card or that iPad or iPhone? There's plenty of booths you go to where you sign up to win something and you've got zero intention of actually using that business or purchasing that service. You're just trying to win the prize. It's essentially me going to a Lamborghini event and signing up to win a Lamborghini when everybody knows I'm not going to go out and buy a Lamborghini. I'm not a real customer. I'm just trying to win something. And essentially that's what's happening here. Yes, what you're giving away ties to your business in a way, but unless you've got a process to work this user down the funnel, you're not getting them to this transaction period. So there's really no ROI value up here, no return on investment value right here. So when we're working with a funeral home client, we're trying to get people to enter the funnel through content engagement. So getting them to engage with content. And that really gets them in the funnel, and the more engagement they have, it works them down here to where now we can retarget those users that have engaged with pre-plan ads, specifically with the purpose of X dollars for this package. Fill out this form if you want more information about purchasing this package. That user then is coming in playing in the bottom third of this funnel when we retarget them. There's actual buying intent when they see a pre-need lead ad and they fill out a form to actually come into the funeral home and have a discussion about their options around pre-planning. There is buying intent here. And the way that that ad is set up is targeting users that have buying intent based off of their online engagement with brands and purchases and their offline engagement with brands and purchases. If you don't understand what I mean, you need to come join our October 9th Facebook Live webinar where we're going to be talking about Facebook ads, and we're going to be using this analogy of how to use a Facebook ad funnel to get a user into the funnel and then retarget them to get them into this transaction period or this transaction point, because this is where the ROI is at. And Facebook tracks your purchases. So if you have a Facebook account and you buy something on a credit card, Facebook knows what you're buying on that credit card. And they're able to track whether or not you're engaging with those brands that you're making purchases with online or offline based on your engagement on Facebook and then your credit card history. So extremely, extremely high level where we're trying to retarget people that have a higher buying intent. That's where the ROI comes from. So when we're talking about leads, we don't want to get convoluted in a soft lead that is just data exchange, because yes, there's value in getting that data if you've got a process to get that user down here, but 90% of funeral homes don't have a process to work a lead through a sales funnel. So by using content engagement, we can engage a user through Facebook and we can build trust and loyalty, which works them down this funnel. And then we can retarget them for a specific purpose of them buying a pre-need contract, where now that's a real lead. That lead that comes through is coming through at this bottom third of the funnel where the transaction actually takes place. And we can now map a pre-need contract, the ROI of that, what was spent to work this user into this feed in this bottom portion of the funnel. Got it? So a real lead, a real actionable lead is a lead that comes in down here in this bottom third that can then be measured against ROI to show value. So a transaction intent is happening with that lead. Make sense? So that's a lot of information, and some of you may get it, some of you may not, but I would encourage you to attend our Facebook Live webinar, 3 p.m. Eastern, October 11th, or no, October 9th. October 9th, 3 p.m. Eastern on our Facebook page. There'll be more information coming out about how you can register for that webinar, but understand that a lead is something that equates to ROI and a transaction. Just exchanging a piece of paper or a download that isn't showing buying intent just to get an email address, that's not really a lead. That is just data exchange. Yes, you've got data of that user and how to contact them and reach out to them, but very few funeral homes are actually using that data to do anything to work that user down the funnel into that bottom third where the transaction is going to take place. So it's really important that we get there and that we show buying intent with the lead. So spend your time focusing on the bottom third of the funnel where the higher ROI is and having a process in place to get a user to that bottom third. All right, that's all we got. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Just 3 things have flashed on the screen during this episode. You've got to comment with what those 3 things were and tell us what the most valuable point in this episode was. Comment that below, send us a message that you've done that, and you'll be entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card and a super sick Disrupt Media swag box. Until next time, keep disrupting.